What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Friday night live stream. Hopefully, the audio is working. I am on StreamYard tonight, just doing something a little bit different. Hopefully, everything's working. Just checking my settings. Everything looks okay. Let me go ahead and add some other tanks to the stream. Hopefully, those are kind of popping up. On tonight's live stream, I'm going to try to change these up. Maybe week to week or whenever I use StreamYard. But tonight we are featuring the Vienna tank, which is the tank right here next to me. You can actually see the phone is what I'm using for the camera. And then the other tank is the Barbados. Now, unfortunately, the video streaming quality is really poor for whatever reason. The Wi-Fi is good, but I don't know why it's doing that. But we'll get in there. Let me see if I can make this better. I don't know. Whatever you guys prefer, you let me know. So what's going on with you guys this week? That's what I want to know. Not a whole lot going on with me. I do have some bad news, fish related. I did sell the 3 brilliant bristlenose pluckos this week to Matt, who is Liquid Zoo, and one of them died in transit. The bag failed. I don't know if the exact details, if the rubber band came off or if the bag itself ruptured, but one of the plecos didn't make it, which is always a bummer. Losing fish during shipping is just, I don't want to say it's the name of the game, but it happens. I do guarantee my fish, so I do refund. Like, I can't replace that fish because they're the only 3 I've bred so far. So I can't replace it, so I refunded it. It just sucks, but I guess you move on. So anyways, that's the only bad news I got, luckily. Or non-fish related, I got to get a new roof on my house. So I got an estimate in today. So Matt actually said it was split down the side. So that sucks even worse. I don't want to make this sound weird, but I was hoping it was like a rubber band failure, like the rubber band wiggled loose and it popped off or something like that. But that sucks that it was an actual bag failure, because there's nothing I can do about that. That really sucks. But anyways, we'll move on from that. I do got to get a new roof. So I guess I'll just mention that. We'll squirrel right away off topic. But probably 6 to 8 months ago, I came home and there was a water leak on the ceiling. I got on the roof and I thought it was the, I don't know the technical name. It's like the duct. I don't know if they call it a skirt or a hood or whatever, but I thought it was one of the ducts the exhaust ducts were leaving the roof. So I put a bunch of sealer around it and it seemed to be fixed. I got back from Aquashella and I had a tank leak. The tank was leaking, which turned out to be my storage tank. There's a video about that. Is there a video about that? I think there's a video about that. It's in the Aquashella video at the end. But I'm filming a new video about that whole thing. But also my ceiling in my kitchen was wet again. Not horrible, but leaking. Got on the roof again. Couldn't find anything obvious. I did have shingles that got ripped up like last fall that I attempted to repair. So anyways, I thought, it's about time I need to get somebody out here to look at my roof. So I got a contractor out, and when I bought my house, which has been 7 years ago now, I've been here for 7 years. The roof, they didn't know the exact age. That my inspector said it looked to be in good condition. Everything was done really well as far as like the flashing and all that stuff. I didn't realize that shingles don't really have that long of a lifespan. I always thought shingles were like a 30-year thing. Like every 30 years, you had to get a new roof or something. But talking to coworkers, they're saying 10 years and less, which blows my mind that they can't make shingles last 20 years. So I know that if I ever build a house, it's going to have a steel roof. And then that way I know it'll last pretty much forever, 50 years. But anyways, long story short, I need a whole new roof and some plywood that's underneath of what's there now. That came out to $12,400 to do new shingles, and that's only for 2 pieces of plywood that they know is damaged. If there's more plywood, then the cost goes up from there. So that's fun. But yeah, Uncle Steve's Neighborhood Garage says Frank. So that's my buddy Steve. It's my old coworker. We'll just squirrel onto that topic. Give Uncle Steve's Neighborhood Garage a follow. He just started doing YouTube. I don't know. I guess I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't know how many videos he has up, if any at all. But he basically came over to my house last week, and I gave him some YouTube pointers on how to start and like what to do, what not to do. So Steve worked with me at BMW and was a coworker as a technician, and he finally decided working for corporate was no longer his gig, so he started his own business. He's been doing that he just hit his 1-year mark, I think, just a few weeks ago. So now he's going to get into YouTube to do videos. From chatting with him, things might change. He's going to do videos like repair, like what he's actually working on. So there's people that really like to watch people work on stuff. I'm one of them. I follow a construction company, and all they do is like make driveways through woods and stuff. And like, I don't know, it's relaxing to me. So he's going to do videos of like repairing, but he wants to do educational videos of how to like maintain your car correctly, and like what stuff has to be fixed and what stuff you don't have to fix right away, but you need to fix, that kind of stuff. But that's my buddy Steve. Give him a follow if you would. If you're not into cars, hit his follow button. Just turn off notifications, and that way you won't be bothered. But he'll get that one follow. That one follow means all the difference. And then we're going to scroll back to follows. I am now officially less than 100 away from 3,000 subs. Thank you guys so much that are here tonight, and everybody that's going to watch this video in the future that's a sub. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, we'll throw the chat down there. So Uncle Steve's Neighborhood Garage, that's actually the name of the business. It was different, I guess. I didn't know really what name he would come up with, if it was like all German auto works type thing, but he works on everything. So he's German trained, but he works on everything. So yeah, Liquid Zoo says 2 Stevens in one place. That is correct. Here we go. Stephen P says, my airbag is off for the past 5 years. Should I fix that? Your airbag is off. Do you mean the airbag light's on? I always recommend, if you have any airbag system issues, to always get that fixed. I'm a pro person when it comes to auto safety. Always wear your seatbelt. I know growing up, a lot of people, like my grandpa, never wore a seatbelt. Maybe he did towards the end, but the older people like kind of grew up without seatbelts or not wearing them. Seatbelts save lives. You guys hear this, like click it or ticket. It's true. Unfortunately, I've been in a lot of car accidents. And the worst accident I've ever been in, I just had a seatbelt bruise. So if your airbag systems really do save lives. So if you're having issues with that, I do recommend going and get that fixed or looked at and go from there. And Mr. Metalhead says, if I could double sub you, I would. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. So fish room updates. So this is a 3-day weekend, which I just found out about on Wednesday. I had no idea we were off on Monday. I didn't know it was a holiday. Just somebody randomly said that they were off like Tuesday, Wednesday. And they're like, yeah, because Monday's the holiday. And I was like, holiday? I didn't even realize. It snuck up on me. So this weekend's a 3-day weekend. So I'm planning. We'll see how this goes. I got this roof thing to deal with. But I'm going to plan on breaking down Rack System 1. I'm in the midst of recording that. I don't want to like release a video that's only half done. So I'm going to wait till I get done with removing Rack System 1. I'm down to 2 tanks. And the 2 tanks are the call shrimp from LRV Aquatics. And then the other tank is my Blue Dreams from LRB Aquatics. So you got to kind of figure out either where to put those tanks or what to do with those shrimp. I might just move the tanks over onto the import rack until I figure out what I'm doing with them, because I need to get that first rack out of there because that tank's no longer holding water correctly. It's leaking. It's not a fast leak, but it's leaking enough. So I want to get that out of there and redo how the water system's kind of working. So that's the first step. The second step is I still want to probably remove rack system 2, the flow through system, and redo everything. But I'm back into that kick of I kind of still want to sell my house. So I just got a thing from my bank yesterday about like they estimated my home value, and it's just gone up even more since like the last time I got my home value. I was like, man, I should probably sell my house. And it's gone up more. I mean, yes, real estate will continue to go up and up. But it's just making me really think about selling my house and getting debt free. So right now, that's kind of like a big thing on my mind, is being 100% debt free and then still having money in my pocket when I'm done. So I'm going through ideas of what I want to do as far as that route. I got to get the roof fixed first before I can sell the house. That would be also a selling point, brand new roof. And then it's the tank situation. There's a lot of fish tanks here. I definitely won't be able to take the fish tanks with me initially. So I'll have to put them in storage or figure out what to do. I'll have to downsize. I don't want to lose like my Vienna colony or my Barbados or the Brilliance. So I'll probably have to maybe sell off some of the Brilliant breeders and keep like 1 or 2 breeding pairs, something like that. Same thing with the Viennas, maybe keep 5 males and 10 females or something, and then sell off the rest. So I don't know what the future holds as far as that, but I really want to get some property, and I really want a barn dominium. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a pole barn. It's new construction, but you build a house into it. That's something I've always really thought would be cool, and they're doing really nice things with them now. Like they look like, you know, MTV cribs on the inside. You know, I wouldn't be able to afford that, but I'm saying you can make them really nice. I like them because they have really tall ceilings, so it makes the rooms feel bigger. But the biggest thing is it has a huge storage area you can have. You can have the biggest garage you ever want, or in my case, the biggest fish room I ever want. So we'll see how that goes. Chevyfish, good to see you. She dropped the link to the website. Zen Ginger, good to see you. I'm going to try to go through this chat real quick. If I miss your name, I'm sorry, guys. Mystery Snail Guardians, good to see you. GB, good to see you. Come on, chat, get up there. Paul, good to see you. All right, let me scroll down. Nicholas, do you have monster fish or just planted tanks? I only have planted tanks. I would love to have monster fish one day. I just don't have the space right now. I do have, I guess they're not really monster-sized tanks. I have a 200-gallon cube tank that's empty. It's not set up. And I have a 250-gallon acrylic, like rectangular tank that's also not set up. And then I also picked up 3 sheets of glass from Ohio Fish Rescue last summer. They're 4 foot by 4 foot. And what I wanted to do was build a 1,000 to 2,000 gallon aquarium using those glass panels as viewing panels. And then this year I picked up a 4 foot by 6 foot piece of glass that I can either try and incorporate in that same tank or do another big tank. So I have the components to make a big tank. I just haven't done anything like that. I think if like monster fish have never really been like a thing of mine. Like I go to Ohio Fish Rescue quite often. I can't tell you how many times I've been to OFR, dozens, I feel like. And, you know, going there, it's amazing to look at all the fish. They just never really been like a thing of mine. I think if I were to get into monster fish, I'd want like freshwater stingrays and maybe some peacock bass. I find myself like when I go there, you know, I'm not a big fan of like arowanas. Like they just don't do anything for me. I don't know. I just don't like them. But seeing Like a Mubu puffer would be cool. It's not really. I don't know if you consider that a monster fish. It's a big fish, but it's not really like what a lot of people classify as a monster fish. Um, so I really would love to do some freshwater stingrays. I would love to do something like a big footprint for them. Maybe not like a super tall, like it doesn't need to be like a 5 foot deep tank, but something that's really like height wise 5 feet, but maybe 5 feet deep, width, I guess, of the tank. Sorry, I got an eyelash. But peacock bass, I really like Josh's tank with all the peacock bass in it, or Temensis bass. I'm not sure what all the bass are in that tank. They're not. It's weird. They're not super active. It's not like they're swimming around like these Vienna guppies. I'll add some food to their tank. I haven't fed them yet tonight, so it'll get them all up by the camera. They're not super active. They kind of sit there, they're like almost like ambush predators, waiting for something to swim by or food to come in. But there's just something about Josh's tank, the way he has that scaped, and seeing those peacock bass kind of like get into the rocks and they come out. Like, I don't know, I really enjoy that tank. So that would be something I maybe look into. Let's scroll down. So is it Danimal or D-Animal? D-Animal? Cracker with the 614 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Hey, I see the Harlequin. It's Daniel, because I know who ordered this. Daniel said, hey, I see the Harlequin reservoirs and rainbows are doing great. Got them yesterday. Pleco is hiding in my 180-gallon community. No DOAs, though. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. Glad that microphone. Is this working? Try and do this on the fly. Hopefully we see you but can't hear you. My computer's locked up. All right, so you can hear me. My computer is completely locked up. Audio good. Okay, so I'm using my phone, this is the Vienna camera, but my computer is locked up. Like, I can't do anything. So I have to power it down. I don't know if that's going to crash the stream, so I don't want to power it down right now. So I'm just going to use this phone for now. Always got to just keep moving. Audio good. All right, cool. And we're back. All right, so we're just going to use the cell phone, which this is horrible because my picture is like this big on here, and I have to have the chat up, which means I can't see the picture. Ransomware. So I don't know what's going on. The computer, like a few weeks ago, was randomly locking up when I was trying to do like multiple things with it at once, but not with just the internet browser. So let's go take a walk. Well, I had you guys here. If the audio cuts out or something, you'll have to let me know. I gotta flip back and forth between the chat. Liquid Zoo says it won't break the stream because the stream is from StreamYard. Yes, I know StreamYard handles all that, but I don't know, since my computer is the master streamer, if that will kill the stream. All right, so I'm going to apologize right now. I'm going to try to restart my computer. I'm apologize if the stream ends. If it ends, I'll create a new stream. But I'm going to go ahead and do the hard reset. But the good thing is the computer is fast enough that it gets started right up. Hopefully this is still going. You can blame me. He will be fine, I promise. So, okay. Hopefully it's still going. Zen Ginger says, I already blame you for so much, though. All right, computer's back up. Let me log in. Hopefully this works. Wait, what happened? All right. Oh, let me mute this mic. I think we're back. Are we back? Hopefully we're back. Now I gotta fix this camera. Oh, I'm messing stuff up again, aren't I? All right. Let's give that another uh-oh. Oh, I hit the power button on the phone. Whoops. All right, we should be back. All right, we're back, guys. Sorry. Had to restart the computer. But at least, like Matt said, StreamYard kept the show going even without my computer going. So, all right. We now all know your login. Well, crap. All right, hopefully everything's working. It looks like everything's working. Barbados tank. Oh, it's working. I was like, I don't see anything. And there goes a guy. Okay. How do I do just this one? There we go. Oh, that looks terrible. Do you guys have any questions while I'm trying to get this back up and running? Hopefully this is all working. Yeah, I don't know why the stream quality sucks on that. Zen also has a channel. She does not upload much, and she refuses to go live. But if you're like me, you had no idea. Zen, honestly, I don't think I knew Zen had a channel. Metalheads, there's a link to their channels. They live stream on Mondays. Double Stevens. Sometimes you just get two of us. Technically, there's 3 Stevens in here. Steven's old. The Uncle Steve's Garage, he's like 48, 49 now. He's not really that old, but he doesn't tell anybody his actual age. I think he's like 48 or 49, if I had to guess. Sorry, Steve. Here's a good question. This is actually a great question. Danimal Cracker says, Stephen, non-fish question. Any word at your dealership on when the new vehicle shortage might end? Yes, I was just talking to our new car manager yesterday about this, because we have currently, I think he said 13 cars on our lot. Before the shortage, we were selling, I think he said 40 to 50 a month, which we're Audi, which that's a lot for our area, 50 Audis a month. And we're in the teens right now of inventory. There's no end in sight is basically what the answer is. The shortage issue is not getting any better. The issue is there's so many computers in a car. The best way I can describe this or translate this to a non-car person, I have a 96 Honda Civic. It has one computer in it. It's got an engine computer. It's a manual car, so there's no like automatic computer. But that car has one computer. Everything else is very mechanical. Like you press the window switch, it just operates a relay. New cars, whether it's German, Japanese, everything's done by computers. So to me, it's exciting and to think about it, like the way things work. When you press the window down switch on your car, it doesn't operate a relay anymore. So like if you press down, it goes down. You press up, it goes up. That's no longer a thing. When you press down, it's a command. So it's kind of like a computer, like your desktop computer or a laptop. When you press down, it sends a signal to a computer that says, hey, the driver wants to roll the window down. And then if everything's working, the computer says, okay, let's roll it down. And it rolls it down. I don't know specifics about Subarus, Toyotas, Honda, like new Hondas, anything like that. I know German cars, your seat has a computer. If your car has like memory functions, like you have a driver 1, driver 2, there might be a memory button like 1 and 2 on your door or wherever. That seat has a computer because it has to memorize where your seat is, front to rear, up and down, the tilt angle. That's all done by computer. And really, computers these days decide if they want you to do what you're asking it to do. They're very technical with communications, bus systems. It's very technical. Well, anyways, all of those computers, and it's not just computers, like switchboards for your window switches. There's a little printed circuit board in there, little chipsets. The problem is the chipsets. All these little chips that run things, the factories overseas in like Malaysia, Taiwan, all those places, China, there's a huge shortage of chips. So it's not just automotive, it's other electronics, computer parts. It took me 3 months to get my video card. It's everything electronic wise. Well, months ago was like HD radio was an issue. So a lot of manufacturers were just selling cars without HD radio. To me, it doesn't matter. I don't use HD radio. I don't really notice that much of a sound quality difference between HD and non-HD. It's supposed to be better sound, and technically it is, but when you have a really good sound system to begin with, you don't notice. But the biggest thing with HD radio is the stations between stations. So like my main radio station actually has 3 radio stations on that same like frequency. Anyways, let's not go that technical, but they didn't have the chip for that HD radio, so they were just selling cars without HD radio. I know GM, which I drive GM trucks. they start getting into issues with the actual fuel economy of their cars because the chips that deactivate some of the cylinders, like on the V8, when you're on the freeway, my last truck was like this. When you're on the freeway, the V8 turns into like a V4. It turns off 4 of the cylinders, so you save fuel. Well, they don't do that this year. They had to get rid of that because they don't have the chips for it. So if you go on like a GM's website, like Chevy.com or GMC.com, when you go look at like the full size trucks, it'll tell you like EPA estimates are different now because the fuel economy is worse. It's because they don't have the chips for that. German cars, at least with Audi, it's not just HD radio, it's all the other computers. Every seat's got a computer. The climate control is a computer. The cluster, your instrument cluster, that's a computer. All these things take chips. They can't get it. And the other thing is Malaysia is shutting down. I don't know if it's like the whole country or if it's just the industrial part, but they're shutting down factories again, which makes it worse again. So I know like a couple months ago, I told you guys, like, if you're looking to buy a new car, buy it now. That's still a thing right now. So I know Subaru, that they sell, I don't know if it's like 200 cars a month. They have like 5 cars sitting out front right now. There's like no Subarus. Pretty much every car that's coming into the lot is pre-sold. So yeah, the future of cars is bleak right now. Just the supply shortage is killing them, which I feel bad for our salesmen because you got 13 cars to try to sell and you got 5 salesmen. Like, that's not good. So yeah, shortage. If I had to guesstimate, at least a year or 2. And the reason I say that is even if the world goes back to normal production, they're so far behind that's going to take them probably at least a year to catch up. So I'm guessing this might be a year or 2 thing. Stephen P says, I am 36. I am the middle, Stephen. 20. So Steve has been 27. I've known Steve for like 10 years now, I think. He's been 27 every year since I met him. Every year his birthday, he turns 27. So I'm not sure how old he is. Well, actually, when I first met him, he said he was 23. So in 10 years, he's 4 years older. So I don't know how that works. Liquid Zoo posted the link to Zen Ginger, and I will make sure I check that out after. I don't want to open up stuff if it's going to like crash my computer. I work at Subaru. We are 4-hour shifts for the future. No news. We only go back to 8-hour shift. Are you at the Subaru like manufacturing plant? There's one in Indiana. Are you at the Indiana plant? 4-hour shifts for the future. That sucks. Because I don't know. I was gonna say I'm guessing you're not compensated for only working 4 instead of 8. I can't imagine if the company's a great company, they would like pay you for 8, even though you're only there 4. But being that they're not selling cars, I don't know how they would be able to afford to pay a workforce 8 when you're only turning 4. Yeah, it sucks. Mrs. Melhead Prime says, I work at a small manufacturing company, and we even have shortage on parts. Yeah, the other warning I mentioned to you guys that's not automotive industry is fish tanks. I know that my wholesaler has been saying for like weeks and months now about glass shortage. That's going to be still an issue, and I hope it doesn't affect dollar per gallon sales, because that's the best deal. Dollar per gallon sale is cheaper than my wholesale cost on tanks. So when I need to get a fish tank, it's got to be dollar per gallon sale. It's the cheapest. Like, they lose money on that for sure. I think their goal is they sell you a 29-gallon tank. You're going to buy like the lid, the light, the filter, and trying to make up, the money there, and then get you coming back for the filter replacements and all that stuff. but I don't know if that's going to be in the future, if they're going to continue doing dollar per gallon sales. I know the latest email I got on fish tanks was that they were sourcing them. I think it was out of South America. I might be able to find the email. Oh, I just opened a new window. Hopefully that didn't crash anything, but let me see if I can find it. So they're talking about like Sapporo. There's Havana. Havana, come here. Now she's went from being scared to now she wants something. She wants attention or wants to go outside or whatever. Anyways, I don't see the email off like real quick. It's some company, I want to say it was like Brazil or something, that's making glass tanks. That they're trying to get a freight load from them. My mom with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. My parents actually just went to Florida this week. They went down Monday, and I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be taking the dogs over there. I don't know if tomorrow or Sunday or Monday, because Havana will want to go see Grammy. See her ears perk up. I'm going to go over there and cut their grass and stuff for them, and then let the dogs run around. They have a much bigger backyard than I have, so the dogs love going over there and knocking boxes over. But thank you so much for the super chat, Mom. Let me keep. Chevyfish says he has Groundhog Day birthdays. That is 100% Steve. Why is my... You guys see the camera moving? Charlotte's sitting on the tripod. It caught my corner of my eye. I'm like, why is the tripod moving? Charlotte, you're moving. You're moving the camera. Let me try to rotate you guys back. That was creepy. I thought there was like a ghost or something. Oh, Charlotte. Okay, let me get back up. It's taking too many of my nitrates. What is? Let me see what that was about. I'm the IS buyer for hospital, 9 months for months getting products, and Clucio leading the screaming pack. That sucks. We had, luckily for us, in the automotive industry, in the automotive repair industry, we haven't been horribly hit. There's only been a handful of things where it's been like it took weeks to get. I gotta sneeze. Sorry, guys. It was coming. And Havana's going crazy. I guess here. She's not going to leave me alone. I've only had like one part. It's actually a car I have right now that they're pulling from a warehouse in Canada to get the part for it, which that rarely ever happens. Stephen P says, I have some bad news. I have duckweed. If I ever sent you fish or plants, you might want to get tested. I think, well, I was going to say, I think everybody has duckweed, but I don't think that's actually true. But duckweed is one of those things where if one person has it and you're buying plants or fish, somebody else is going to get it. I have duckweed in some of my tanks, so no guarantees that you won't get duckweed from me. I try to make sure not to send it, but you never know. We only make one model at Subaru that only has one micro chip. All others have mini chips in them. Window switches have to be programmed to a body computer, which has to be programmed to a subsidiary of the main computer. The signal has to bounce off the rear bumper and go through the radio. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy with the window switch is like the one I always like try to tell people with like the commands. It's a sequence of communication. It's like you press that switch, it goes from the switch to the door module. So there's a computer in the door, at least on Audis and BMWs, I'm sure Mercedes. That computer says, hey, you just hit that switch. Let me send it to, and it goes to a body computer. It's like a computer kind of like talks to multiple stuff. And then it goes to the passenger door. And this is like if you're trying to roll down the right rear window, it goes to the passenger door computer because it's the master of the rear doors. So the front door computer gets that signal and says, hey, the driver wants to roll down that window. So then it sends a message to the right rear door. It says, hey, roll down your window. And that's how that works. I think that's what keeps the repair business interesting or fun, is because it's not just like fixing broken things. You have to know how things communicate. A lot of people think that like we hook up a computer and it says, oh, like this is broken, and then we just tell you like, hey, it's gonna be $1,000 because this is broken. When you get into diagnosis, it's not just that, because you could have bad communication between one computer and another, and all the fault says is that your right rear window isn't getting a signal. You got to figure out why. You know, is it this computer, or whatever? But it makes it fun sometimes, until you start losing money, because we're paid by how efficiently we work. And if it becomes a big problem, it sucks. My beta won't stop eating his duckweed. I need more. If my betas ever ate duckweed, I would have them in all my tanks. They never touched the duckweed. They, the one I had in here was bubble nesting on it. Melmon said, yes, that Indiana factory, awesome company. They're paying us gap pay. That's awesome that they're doing that. I'm kind of surprised with the way the climate is right now that, you know, they can afford to do that. But that's awesome. $1 per gallon sale is now 50% off sales. I'll be curious to see what 50% off is. On some of the bigger tanks, it might still be cheaper than my cost. Oh, speaking of tanks, if anybody's interested, I haven't like listed it yet or taken pictures. If anybody's been contemplating, it's weird. The Shrimp King 10-gallon tanks. If you were at Aquashella, that's the tanks that Flip Aquatics was selling. They're $275. Like retail, like if you go in the store, they're $275. I have one. It's a complete kit, so it comes with the substrate, shrimp food, like everything. I'm probably going to be selling one with shipping, because I don't really know how much shipping is going to be on a glass tank. Plus, it's actually 2 boxes because the substrate's separate. The substrate's actually sitting right here. I'll probably be selling it for $210 shipped. If anybody's looking for a Shrimp King tank. I had to buy a 5.3 LS intake that normally costs around $150. Paid $385 for it. Yeah. That's what I need to do this weekend. I need to get I'm selling my boat. I haven't used my boat now in 2 years. It was like 2 years ago, like this month. This is the last time I took my boat out. So there's no point of having the boat sit around, and the boat values are kind of like the home values, at least right now, because there's a shortage on everything. Like boat sales and jet ski scales skyrocketed last year. At least in this area, you couldn't go out and just buy a brand new jet ski. Like they were always sold out. Same thing with 4-wheelers. I sold my 4-wheeler a year ago. Shh, quiet. We're live. People hear you. I sold my 4-wheeler used for exactly what I bought it for. It was a $5,000 4-wheeler. new, I sold it for $5,000. It was crazy. I don't know how much I'll get out of the boat, but I'm hoping to. It'd be sweet if I double. I think I paid like $1,700 for it. I'm hoping I can sell it for like $3. So I'm. Oh my gosh, guys, they're attacking me. They're both right here. So I'm hoping I can sell the boat for $3. But I need it's been wrapped this whole time, so I need to unwrap it and take pictures of it and all that fun stuff. Maybe save the boat in case of a flood. Luckily, where I'm at, I'm kind of, at least in my neighborhood, I'm kind of high ground. So even if the streets flooded, like, I should be okay. We would have to have like 6 foot water, and there's no water like near me for that to happen. I don't have a basement. That's the other issue of why I kind of want to sell my house, is because I really want a basement. Xanadu, good to see ya. Petco 50% off sale. 75 gallons, about $114. That's a good deal. $114 for a 75 is a good deal. I should have bought them in July. Yes, so I can tell you guys right now, if they do that and you're looking for 75, jump on it, because I don't know when those 75s will stop being available. It only made it go up a bit, like 20 gallons are now 25, 40 is 50. Okay. So I think, I'm trying to think what my wholesale cost was on like 20s. I think it was still like $30 was wholesale, somewhere around there. I know it was like not substantially cheaper than wholesale, but it was enough that by the time I paid shipping on tanks, it was substantially cheaper. Zen Ginger, this is a great one. People who say I just can't keep duckweed alive, those people need to be hecked and bound. Yes, so I wonder, there's a little bit of duckweed. How do I make this? Perfect timing. There goes Barbados. The quality sucks. I hate that. But there's duckweed in this tank. And this is actually the tank looking pretty good right now. Normally the duckweed's covering that. Pretty much this tank doesn't have duckweed, luckily. It's got blackbeard algae, but it's got no duckweed. The nano tank behind me over here, which you can't see, it's covered in duckweed. Duckweed everywhere. I think I only have, let's say, 6 tanks without duckweed. It seems like not that many. Well, I guess the flow through, or the fry rack system, doesn't have duckweed. And there's 11 tanks on that. Paid $99 for one of my 90 gallons, but that is because of that chip. That's a steal as well. Definitely jump on that for 75. Yeah, that's a good deal. I thought about, like, I know I want to get rid of the 29 gallon tanks in the fish room. And I was talking about going to like 10s or all 20 longs. It'd be cool to have like all 75s, like more of a gallery versus like a breeding project. But you can breed a lot of guppies in a 75. But that'd be pretty cool to have like double stack 75s. It'd be real cool. I really want like some like 125s. I think some, or like, it doesn't have to be a 125, but something that's like 6 foot long. A couple 6 foot long tanks would be pretty cool. Although I do have a 6 foot long tank. The 250 is 6 feet. All right, I'm at the bottom of the chat, I think. So speaking of duckweed and throwing it out, that's actually a video I'm also in the middle of filming. I just need to get some daytime footage. Is how do I get duckweed out of the pond? Because the pond is covered in duckweed. So I'm just doing like a quick, I don't know how long it's going to be, 5-minute video of how I remove duckweed from the pond. Just something a little different, I guess. And the reason I need to wait for sun is because by the time I got the duckweed out, it was dark, and this was earlier this week. And I'm trying to show the fish in there because normally you don't know there's fish in there because the duckweed is so thick. You can't see any of the fish. So I want to try to get some daytime shots of the guppies that are in there. I'm actually trying to catch some out and put them in like a specimen tank and show the differences between the guppies that are in the pond and the fish that are inside, because it's the same strain. I just took some fish from inside, put them outside, but usually the ones outside are darker, and sometimes they're more vibrant in colors too. 6-foot tanks are awesome until you have to move them. I mean, even when it's time to move my 75, I'll have to get help for that. The 55s I can move as long as they're empty. You will be back any day, even though they didn't go much up that much. I mean, $99 for a 75 is sweet. I didn't even realize they were that cheap. I figured they would probably be like $150. Guys, I think we'll have to end this stream here. We are coming up on that hour mark anyways, but Havana is just... I guess you're not afraid anymore of whatever you were afraid of. She now just wants attention. Do you need to go outside? Do you want dinner? Do you want breakfast? I don't know what she wants. Oh, last side note. Today, I rescued a dog, I guess you could say. I came home after lunch to get some packages off the front porch, open the garage, put them inside. I'm leaving the house, and there's a dog, like, at my garage. I don't know what kind of dog it was, like a little, I don't know, it's like a real long, straggly hair, frou-frou dog. I don't know what kind of dog it is. Little thing, though. And he's just sitting there barking at me. I was like, come here. And he came right up to me, tail wagging, let me pet him. He didn't have a collar. He had like might have been like a flea collar or just like a plastic collar, wasn't like tagged. So I told him to stay. He didn't really stay. He was walking around. Went inside, got a leash, and I came out, and he was like at the end of my house. I called him. He came back to me, leashed him, and then I called the police department. I didn't see anybody like walking, like looking for a dog. So I called the police department. Our local police is super awesome. Whenever there's a dog that gets like caught that's loose, our police department has kennels. I don't know how many kennels, maybe just a couple or a handful. But the police will come, pick up the dog, take it back to the police station, and then they post on their social media accounts. I just follow them on Facebook. I don't know if they have like Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but they post a picture of the dog, and they always do like a funny story. So it's Friday night, so the high school has a football game, and the high school's like 2 blocks away from here. So the post said like, I was on my way to the Lions. That's the high school, the Gahanna Lions. I was on my way to go see the Lions play football tonight, and I got lost. If you could tell my mom and dad, I'm at the police station, and they have a picture of the dog. The owners got the dog like an hour later. They updated the post. It was like an hour after and said that the dog was home. So yeah, that was what I did today. That was different, but glad I was able to. The dog did run across the street, so I didn't want him to keep running across streets and get hit by a car or never make it home, coyotes or whatever. So I'm glad that I was able to catch him, even though I didn't have to like chase him or anything, and that he ended up making home. Because I was just thinking, if it was my dogs, I hope somebody would catch him. And then I like our police station because they take it there, and like you're in this community, so you just go there. If it's not our police station, then it's the county Humane Society, and then you have to drive like 25 minutes to the pound to get your dog. And so it's nice that the police station does that. And funny story about that is my friends with the horse ranch, they used to live down the street from me here before they bought the ranch. And they had it was supposed to be a mini pig, like one of those like mini, I don't know the name of it, but the dwarf pigs that stay like this big. And they rescued it. And my friend Carrie showed up home with it, unknowingly to her husband, Josh. And she's like, look how cute this thing is. Well, it turns out it's a potbelly pig. It's a big pig now. It wasn't supposed to be big. But anyways, that pig got loose and ended up at the police station. So there was pictures of the pig with the police. Like, they didn't just take a picture of the pig. They got in on the pig, and the pig ended up getting a hashtag of the notorious PIG, because it went from our police station here went to another suburbs police station, because they actually have like a legit dog kennel. I don't know if the pig was too big for this police station or if they just didn't have room, but eventually my friend Carrie found out that the pig was in Westerville, which is their police station's 25 minutes away. And like, the first thing I thought of was like, how did a pig run like a 25-minute car ride? Like, how did a pig get all the way over there? That's crazy. Well, it turns out he was taking police car rides. But yeah. Anyways, I'll end this stream on the notorious PIG. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for the super chats tonight. It was fun talking to you guys about a little bit about fish and a little bit about cars and computers and all the randomness. But I'll see you guys next Friday. And being that's a 3-day weekend, I might do a live stream to members only, maybe Sunday or Monday. Well, actually, I'm thinking what I'll probably do is just do a live stream while I'm working in the fish room, tearing down the rack. So members, keep an eye out. I'll make sure I post it early enough to where you get the warning. Typically with those member live streams, I always like doing a live stream and then I start it right now, and then you never get the notification. I'll set the live stream earlier. So maybe I'll do a live stream while I'm breaking down the rack system. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next Friday. I hope you have a great weekend, a great holiday weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. Havana, do you want to bark one last time? No? She doesn't want to bark anymore now. She's on my feet. I'll see you guys.